Friendly greetings! I'm Torley Linden as a griffin, thanks to Rakush Cheeky for this fantabulous watermelon griffin avatar. So today I can show you on the magical wonderland that is Here Island. Dun. I'm going to show you a tip and trick, appropriately enough to better your second life, collision sounds. What they are, what they do, and how they benefit you. Well, I think George Lucas once said something like sound is 50% of what you see, or the movie-going experience, or something like that. But it's a testament to how much richer changing sounds can make an experience better. Not enough people know about that. You can hear the clicking typing sounds in the background. Well, thanks to my visitors. I will show you a very quick example of why this matters. Right-click and create. And now we have a cube. After clicking on the ground, I will right-click and edit it and hold Shift to, of course, copy and make another cube. We now have two cubes, and in the Object tab, pay attention. The material type is wood. Changing the material type does not change the physical, visible appearance, but it does change what we call the frictional coefficient and the collision sound. So let's listen to wood if it were a physical object, and then let's drop it. Hear that plump? Okay. Now listen to it if it were glass. Oh, let me do that again because it was typing to the background. Oh, one more time. I wish it played consistently. There we go. See? And we can do one more time. Third time's the charm for flesh. Next, I'll go into mouse look mode because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire some CD-ROMs out of this. So it's very dynamic. It's an in context. Presentation, mouse look, and begin firing. Don't listen for the initial fire. Listen for the plinks afterwards. Just like that. Because when I right-click and edit, you'll see, oh, pardon. I may have to go into edit linked parts. Let me check this out. Yes, you see? The glass. And that's why they make those clink clink sounds. That's the first and most basic level of changing the collision sound. However, there is a more advanced way in which you can use any sound that you have the permissions to. Let's show you how to do that. Every July, peas grow here. Do you really mean that? Ah, of course I do. These peas are making custom collision sounds as they fall from a likeness of Orson Welles. And to prove it to you, right-click and edit. In each one of these, the Content tab, I will open the script that says Change Collision Sound. They're temporary, by the way, and it's very simple. All the script is doing is saying that as soon as the object is rezzed, and in this case falls, it's activated, so a collision sound is this string. This is actually a UUID, a unique key for a sound effect. And this number after it happens to be the volume, the relative volume of the sound. There are a couple of other ways to do this. You can also specify, use the first sound in your inventory, or you can copy a sound from your inventory into the contents and use the string name of that. Let's have a look at that, because that's pretty easy. So let me close this up and get another glimpse at Orson Welles. Now we've got to get some awesome sounds. We're here at soundsnap.com in my web browser, Firefox 3. There are various audio libraries on the internets, but the reason why I like SoundSnap so much in particular is not only is it organized by category, the keyword search is really cool, because a lot of websites, they will only let you search the file name, which isn't that useful, but this has tags and various other means of getting what you want. That's what we want. So search for something like thunk or hit or clash or crash. Okay, thunk is good. And search for that. A few seconds later, it brings us this. Now, what I also like of value, which will save you time, are these previews. Click on one to hear it. Well, Second Life sounds must be 10 seconds or less and 44.1 kilohertz. In addition, they should be short as collision ones, because it doesn't make sense to have something that's not moving and it keeps making sound, unless you're going for a special effect. So determined by the specific case usage. But generally, let's see what these are. Sometimes it takes a little while. Okay. So I think of those. These are longer. Let's go with this cash register. Cha-ching! Well, not quite, but clink. Okay. And you can either click here to download the WAV format. Keep that in mind. If you download an MP3 one, you'll need to convert it to a compatible WAV format. Right click and save link as is another way. And I will go ahead and save it to my output folder here. And it shows, and I will save it. Great. Let's go back into Second Life and upload the sound for use as a collision sound. If you're listening carefully, you can hear other things like birds. I like having subtle audio ambiance. But we're here to focus on our special collision sound. Let's just take a little stroll away from that bowl of peas and go to File menu and Upload Sound. And then click that and open it. Or you can double click it. Okay, and you can elaborate on that, but we don't need to. So we're just going to upload it, as it says. Oh, and it's done. Let's play it in world to make sure it's the same sound. Aha! So next, the time has come for you to make your first custom collision sound scripted object. Are you excited? I am. Right click and create and make a cube again. But this time, the object tab. Don't make it physical. We're going to make a floor. Why? Because the avatar is going to collide with this floor, thus making the sound. Now go to Content tab and click New Script. But before modifying the script, go to Inventory and get that sound that you just uploaded. And click and drag it in. Make sure you have proper permissions. For example, if the object is no modify, then you can't do that. Sorry, but if everything you made yourself, just like this, it's easy. You may want to rename the script, rename it to like collide sound, just so it's descriptive. Descriptive scripting. And double click the script. And now you want to delete this part where it says touch start. Just clear off that bottom part and change the top here to LL collision sound. Spelled exactly like that. It'll get highlighted in this sort of red. Delete what's between these brackets. Replace it with a pair of quotation marks, a comma, and the number 1.0. That's being the maximum volume of the sound. Next, you either type or copy and paste the name of the sound that's in inventory. So, you can rename it to make it shorter if you want, but I can just go ahead and Control C to copy, click here, and Control V to paste. Hey, guess what? We're done. And now that we have saved it, wait for it to complete, close that, and close that, and try jumping on your newfound prim. So here we go. Just jump and land. You hear that already? Sometimes it doesn't always play if there's other sounds. I wish that was more consistent. But nevertheless. Lastly, before concluding this video tip of the week, I want to show you a simple solution to a common problem. Unwantedly noisy stairs. You may have been at various friends' houses and noticed that their stairs go thunk, thunk, thunk. Let me show you here. Yeah, like see when you're climbing up and down them. And in some cases, there is a workaround to place a transparent ramp, so it's both smoother if the steps are big and you don't hear as much noise. But in a case like this, what you can elegantly do is right-click and edit. Go ahead and create a new script, just like I showed you before. Same technique, delete this part, change LL say to LL collision sound. And between the brackets, this time, make it so there's a pair of quotation marks with nothing between them, comma, space, and let's just go ahead and put 0.0. That doesn't matter so much because there's no sound, but I just wanted to show you, and when we save it, and now notice next time when I'm descending or ascending the stairs, it's quiet now. They came from the blackness. And of course, you can do all sorts of wacky stuff with this. If you want dramatic stairs to surprise your guests in inventory, I just happen to have this musical orchestral hit. Just click and drag that. See, just repetition will make you really familiar with it. Open the script, and I will copy the name of it in here and make the sound back to maximum 1.0. Save that. Now, when your friends are jumping and whatnot on your stairs, this is what they're going to hear. Dramatic stairs. go ahead and give that I would say a spin, but it doesn't seem the right word for stairs. In any case, send me your experiments and your results of what you learned with custom collision sounds. You can use them to spice up things like in-world weapons, fire, or something more peaceful even, like jumping on a couch and it sounds plusher. There are all sorts of possibilities for this, and it's not paid attention to enough. That's why I really care that you have a better second life because of it. This has been Torley Linden showing you custom collision sounds. Be creative and visit here when you get a chance. I might just be around. Take care. On the stairs.